Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. Today is September 18th, 2025, and I'm spiritual medium, psychotherapist, and author Kellee White. And welcome to Ask Me Anything today. Whoa. Let me say hi to a few people because this is, I have run out of adjectives to describe this week's energy. It's been really unbelievable. So let me say hi to a few people and then we'll dive into today. Hi, Melissa. So Melissa talks about alternative healing practices. We are going to talk a lot about that, Melissa, when I go into the vibrations. So I am going to be talking about vibrations today. So thank you for that. And crystal balls are important, and we will talk about that. Mrs. Shy Pro, hello there. She says, I wish I could heal my back, and I had a massive flare-up. You know, this week I've heard a lot of people that have had vertigo. The spinning energy is intense. Back issues moving forward, leg issues, feet issues. I mean, we're getting whacked. We're getting whacked. So hi, Rick East. How are you? Hi, Carrie. Rick, what concerns do I have about AI technology entering the body and the impact of our humanness and divinity? A lot of concerns, Rick. Actually, I do. Also, the impact on our ability to heal. So, you know what, Rick, save that question. Actually, Gerard, if you could save that question, those questions, and I will answer that when I get to the questions. Thank you very much. Hi, Sherry Craft, and you are finding feathers in odd places. You found one in your garden shoes. How great is that? And then there was a blue feather in one. That is wonderful. And they were under the love seat, and you found one in the back of your car. So those are guides. Guides or loved ones. Often I put those with guides when I see the white feathers or the feathers, and I just love that. Yes, Sherry, this energy is just so heavy that people are tired. If I told you how many people called and texted and sent me emails this week about how tired they are, this is real exhausting energy. We're headed to that eclipse. So remember, I am going to talk about the energy. Just going to say hi to a couple more people, and then I'm going to get into the astrology of everything. And then about the vibrations. We're going to try to lift our vibrations up. We are going to give it a go, as they say. Hi, Dee Dee. May we all heal from whatever holds us back. Right on, Dee Dee. I agree with that. Hi, Sarah. And yes, this week, Carolyn, the energy has been insane. And you can feel this eclipse stronger than you've ever before. There's something about that, Carolyn. So let me just talk about what's happening today, because I just ran across this one yesterday, I think. Oh my gosh. So it's like you think to yourself, what's going on here? What is this energy? So if we just start with, well, first, let me say a few things. This last week was insane. It's just crazy. We had our dogs on Saturday, last Saturday night. I let them out to go do their business like 1:30 in the morning, and they ran out and they quickly ran back in because they got skunked. So that was a whole deal from 1:30 to 2:30 in the morning, trying to de-skunk them. It was, and us at this point, and my hair and everywhere. It was a nightmare. So that was how we started our week, actually, by getting skunked. So the other thing I wanted to mention is I was very, very sad to hear about Robert Redford. I was really sad. He'd been a personal friend of the family's for a long time, and was very sad, and along with Pat Crowley. And Pat Crowley, you may not know the name, but she was the mother in Please Don't Eat the Daisies. And I just, personally, I knew her very well, and I just loved her. So I was really sad this week, that all of us, and then everything else that, jumped in to this week. It's been a week. It has been a week. So I want to talk about, though, today, September 18th. There is an asteroid that is circling this area, apparently. Now, it does not have any danger to Earth. It's a close flyby, though, and I think it was the size of a skyscraper or something. It was like pretty big. I think that that when we have things like this in right near an eclipse to boot, I think it brings extra chaos. So to answer your question, Carrie, about like you feel this one more, I also understand that there are a lot of comets going around too. And there's another comet that's going to be near us on October 29th. And that one is called, what is it called? Like 31 Atlas. And this one is called asteroid FA22. I don't know where they come up with the names. They must mean something. But anyway, so I think that's causing a lot of this uneasy chaos energy. So on top of that, as I've mentioned, we have an eclipse on the 21st. So if your birthday is anywhere near this period of time, you would be feeling the energy even more so. Okay. So these are really, really powerful energies. And this eclipse, what there's so much to say about it, but one of the things that's important about this eclipse is also it's on a really special day, which is kind of unusual. And that day is called, I'm not going to say it correctly, it's called Mahala. See, I'm not going to get there. Mahalaya Amavasa. I don't think I should repeat it. But it's a sacred day that's dedicated to honoring ancestors. And so it's believed to be the time when the spirits of the departed return to earth, but it's a time to commemorate your forebears and blessings. Because if you think about it, in a world right now that is so full of chaos and fast-paced and people are disconnected, this day on this eclipse, this Mahalaya Amavesa, invites us to slow down and cherish our heritage. And it urges us actually to appreciate the wisdom that was passed down through generations and to actually honor those who paved the way for our journeys. Because if we think about it, listen, in a lineage, you're going to have all kinds of, dysfunction. But however that dysfunction played out, it would have still led you to be here at this particular time on Earth. And as insane as this period of time is, it's still, we wanted to be here for this. And so we will all learn a great deal about ourselves and the energy that's going on. We'll learn a lot. So I kind of want you to view things with a different lens. I almost am viewing it as watching as a therapist, observing it. That's exactly the lens I'm using. Oh, I'll be darned, that kind of thing. So also on September 21st, we do have the solar eclipse. Now, we also have 3 outer planets that are still retrograde, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, and they all are at 7 degrees. And that degree with these outer planets change mass consciousness. So, and eclipses are actually about a great deal of change. And this particular eclipse on September 21st, now I think in the Midwest, I think it's at around 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So, and it's for 3 or 4 hours it goes. And so this particular solar eclipse, it's in Virgo, and I'm talking Vedic astrology, it's in Virgo, and it's in a nakshatra called Uttara Falguni, and it's at 4 degrees of Virgo, and it's exactly in opposition at 4 degrees for Saturn at 4 degrees in Pisces. Now, Saturn means karma, and as I've said before, it's in this nakshatra called Uttara Falguni, which is all about relationships. So if we look at this, astrologically, solar eclipses represent turning points, and they bring fated new beginnings, and they bring opportunities for growth and for renewal. And often what they do is they lead us onto a new road. So some people will call this like the cosmic reset button. And I mean, we could call it this because there's a lot of change that goes on. And this new moon eclipse, it's out of sign, which means it's different than Rahu and Ketu, which makes this really an unusual eclipse because if we had just gone by Rahu and Ketu, this would be in Leo and not in Virgo. But it's in Virgo, so it's out of sign. And eclipses in this particular nakshatra can bring stress to existing relationships, partnerships, business, people that are together. What I have seen are a lot of people getting divorced and a lot of people getting married. It's interesting. So really kind of unusual big changes that occur during this period of time. So often during this type of eclipse, what we will need is compromise, understanding, compassion, because people are going to feel really anxious about stability and security. So this is not, eclipses are not a good moment to make a decision. If you can wait to make a decision for whatever it is, I would wait till after this energy passes. It will pass, but right now is not the time to make really any big decisions unless you are forced to and you have to. If you can just let it sit. So again, in astrology, we associate solar eclipses with personal transformation and shifts in consciousness. So this can help people, if you will, or prompt individuals possibly to reevaluate your goals. What are your goals here? How's the relationship? Where's your life path right now? So one of the things that you can do for this eclipse, like I would not be putting my crystals out. Not a time to put out crystals. But it is a time to go inward. Definitely, if you can, meditate. It's very powerful time for self-reflection and really look at inner transformation. What part of you is growing? What part of you is being left behind? Are you in grief? Where are you with everything? Really take stock of where you are, who you are, and where you are with everything. Because again, we're getting bombarded with all kinds of things constantly. So take this time for this, like focus on yourself. What are you releasing? Is there any old pattern you want to release? It is good to set an intention. If you can think of an intention that you want, this is a good time. It's also a really great time to connect, not just with our ancestors that always help us move forward, but with connecting with your higher self. So it's very powerful time for that. So this is this eclipse. So it's again, if you probably a better thing to do on Sunday, if you could, would probably be to stay home and rest. If you could, that'd probably be a big thing, a better thing to do. Also on September 24th, so right after this eclipse, we have Mars squaring Pluto in a quincunx to Uranus, and that could bring major change. So we're not out of the eclipse energy. We probably won't be out of that energy for several days. So when people say to me, well, when's it going to get better? A few days from then. So I would say probably closer, if it's possible that I'm going to say this, closer to the end of the month. Okay, because the September 24th it could be a major trigger here because Mars is a trigger and Pluto, it's Mars squaring Pluto. So Pluto is death and transformation. So a lot of themes, revolutionary themes come to mind with this. So it's a big day. It's a big day there. So anyway, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about astrologically. And anyway, I want to go into a lot of other things here. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Love your wisdom. Thank you. Hey, Jen. So proud of you. That's so great. You sold your first real estate on the 6th-month anniversary of your husband. That's extraordinary. Yeah, that's extraordinary. Well, I know he was helping you, and his partner on that side was helping you. So you get a lot of help over there. So I think that's fantastic. So let's talk about something that I think is important. It's important right now. So we're going to be talking about the power of vibrations. And I was really thinking about how I really wanted to talk about the power of vibrations. Now, let's pretend 20 years ago. I'm just going to say it like this. Like 20 years ago, I'd be having a completely different conversation about vibrations. It would be like almost a airy-fairy kind of conversation. But I'm not going to have that now because that's not where we are with this. So what vibration really means for the soul, and so what does that really mean? Vibration represents the energetic signature of our spiritual frequency of our inner being. So it's a reflection of your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your actions. It determines, how you attract through your vibration. So it's everything. It's the way you think, it's the way you believe, it's the way you're positive. If you're negative, it goes down. I mean, it has everything to do with that. So it's really important that you understand that you are responsible for your vibrations. It's not somebody's doing this to you. It's how are you going to raise your vibration. And so again, it's not like 20 years ago when things were a little superficial with this, I think. But now, if we look at it, we're looking at an interesting time on Earth right now. So there is national trauma. There's trauma going on. So our bodies, they don't know the difference between a personal trauma and national trauma. So between the mass shootings and the political chaos and the national grief, everybody's nervous system does not distinguish between a direct hit from you or that you witness trauma. It can't tell. So everybody's baseline for trying to raise the vibration, everybody's baseline is elevated. So there's a reason that people are watching things like The Golden Girls or, Andy Griffith or I don't know, name your show. The reason people are doing that is they don't have the bandwidth to accept the unknown. They don't have any more room. Their pain bodies are already full. And so it's because if you went to watch a new show, you don't know what is that show going to bring. Is it going to bring more pain and suffering to me? So I kind of wanted to talk about this before we even get to the vibration piece, because right now the world feels unsafe. And so what happens is when there is constant trauma, it activates our amygdala, which is identically to experience the trauma directly. And the amygdala is this small little almond-shaped region in the brain that plays a crucial role in processing our emotions, particularly fear and anxiety. And it responds to potential threats and triggers like a fight or flight response, okay? So what happens is cortisol spikes, increases inflammatory, your back goes out, your immune system drops, you get sick. And so you can really continuously traumatize yourself through actually watching the news. So your body can't tell the difference between what is happening to you versus what's happening near you. So one of the things and I am going to get into the vibration, but I think this is important because it's hard to raise your vibration if you are feeling like you are under attack. So first thing, it's like covering this first, and then we're going to get there. But one of the things that you can do to recalibrate your system is to take a 24-hour news detox. Literally, like as a minimum 24 hours, like turning all that off, because it is you'll stop the constant traumatizing. So you want to start with that. And another thing that you can do, again, this is in preparation to raise your vibration. This will raise your vibration, okay, is bilateral stimulation. And so that's where you walk or you swim or you do something, but you're also tapping at the same time, okay? And this process, it really does help stuck trauma, okay? And the other thing is you can, to co-regulate, you may be physically near somebody that's safe, somebody that can calm your nervous system. So all of that helps to calm your nervous system and helps regulate you. So I think that's really important here because when you regulate yourself, then you can help regulate everybody around you. I think that's really important that you do that, because when you are not in a fearful place, then you can raise your vibrations. And you can raise your vibrations simply by setting your intentions. So when you raise your vibration, what happens is it's a positive field. You are open to receive and blessings come. You're open to receive. And if you are in a negative place, then the negative vibration goes down. So you want to constantly set the intention is in a positive way. And to raise your vibration, it could be as simple as smiling. It could be listening to birds. It could be outside. You could listen to meditation. You could do a meditation at this point. You could do music. But it's when we're in a challenging time, of which we are. And by the way, this is not the first time on Earth we've had challenges, okay? It just isn't. Earth is a constant challenge. It's how we handle everything. It's important right now. So you want to think of your vibration as your overall energetic state, okay? And high vibration is if you think about it, it's associated with a positive emotion, joy, gratitude, love, peace. And a low vibration is linked to a negative emotion like fear or anger or sadness or guilt. So it's really important that you cultivate some strategies to raise your vibration. And one of the things, again, completely detox to start and practice things like this. Maybe a gratitude journal. Maybe you make a list of things you're grateful for. I don't care. It's small things. It's not raining today, or it's raining. I love the rain. Or I don't care. Something small. Have a cup of tea this morning. And then practice gratitude affirmations. I think this is really important. I am grateful for all the blessings in my life. I appreciate the simple joys of life. I appreciate the simple joys of this moment, like that. So you're thinking of your strategies here, okay? The other thing is you can take a few moments throughout the day to focus on your breath. That's really important. Most people at this time are holding their breath. I found myself doing it the other day. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I got to stop this. I must stop this. So I think it's really important that you take the time and breathe. It's really important here. So, and also, the other things about you can do is create a positive environment in your home, whether that means to declutter, maybe it means add plants. I went to Trader Joe's in Madison this week and I bought a lot of plants, like little ones, just to put around the house. And every one I see is a different pop of color. And that makes me happy, really just makes me happy. And I go, oh, okay. I love plants. It seems to work for me. Another thing is eat nutritiously and drink a lot of water, hydrate, because that's going to help with your mindset. It's going to help with so many things. Get enough sleep if you can. 7 to 8 hours of good sleep a night would really help for your vibration to change and to raise. It would be really important. Make time for any activity that brings you joy and fulfillment. For me, the other day, I had a situation and I decided I'm going to go outside and paint some rocks. And I would tell you what, it's the greatest thing. I loved it. So do things like this. My niece is playing the piano. Play the piano. Express yourself. Doing anything. Maybe engage in some, just some play, having fun with a friend. And then practice kindness and compassion, because that, if you are a random act of kindness, it's amazing. That changes all of that. Everybody's vibration starts to change. Be compassionate. Now, again, when you're raising your vibration, you've got to always set healthy boundaries, boundaries, I talk about boundaries all the time. I think it's really important. I think it's very important. But, limit your news intake to raise your vibration. Find your tribe, people that you connect with. Focus on what you can control instead of dwelling on things that you can't control. And practice self-forgiveness. Be kind to yourself. and be patient. I think these are kind of keys. And one of the things that I find myself doing during when I notice if my vibration starts to go down, and I can always tell, I'll say the Lord's Prayer. I will start talking to God. I do this a lot. I walk around constantly. I just do. I'll read a passage from The Quiet Mind. Oh, you want to raise your vibration? This will do it. This is great. The Quiet Mind, Sayings of White Eagle. I love that. And find a sanctuary. Create a sacred space for you. Okay, so I think it's all really, really important. Sometimes I'll just hold a crystal. I love my crystals. I love my crystals. So, these are kind of things that you can do that will help raise your vibration. And you can do it. Everybody can do it. It's moving from a negative place no matter what. Yeah, we're hit a lot. But again, these are some good tips, I think, that will help you to raise your vibration. And that's the key to life, is to raise your vibration. It's a key to life. So do that, everybody. Get on the path. Okay, Renee Rossiter says, beautiful evening wishes, Kelly and friends. I absolutely love the energy we all create together during the show. Oh, thank you, Renee. I agree with that. Thank you. And Donna Mae from Wisconsin. Hi, Donna Mae. I love it. Hi, Laura. Oh, my God, your son is going through a hard time. Well, let's get some cards going for people that need a card, because there are a lot of people going through a hard time right now. Really, a lot of people. We're going to see it, some shifts here. Some shifts. Now, people are here to learn. Everybody's going to learn what they have to learn. But, Laura, let's get a card for your son here. Ooh, 525, reshape. So it looks like he will be doing some, it's showing backwards, but it's reshape, 525, reshape. I think he's probably going to be doing some changes here. Reshaping maybe the way he thinks or the way things have been. I think that is something that could be. Let's see. Matt Scarborough says, hi, Matt and Carrie from Kansas City. Carrie's birthday is September 23rd, right after yours. Yes. My birthday's the 20th and your birthday's the 23rd. God help us all if your birthday is during this time. I mean, this is some energy. Don's like, what do you want to do for your birthday? I'm like, stay in bed, put the covers over my head. I don't know. How about that to start? So listen, it's intense energy, but let's get her a card there for her birthday, Matt. Let's get her a card. Ooh, I love this. 2424. Unconditional love. Unconditional love. Oh, that's a great card to get. That is a fabulous card to get. Hi, Children's School of Yoga. I love that. Hey, Lori Young. Thanks. I was in a blue space. I've been wearing pink all week. I decided to change. Cobalt blue. Hi, Carla. Yes, it is almost my birthday. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Hi, Laurel. Hi, Rita. Good to see you, Rita. Yes, it does feel, Wanda, like a nightmare. It just does. It does feel this way. It is some type of energy right now. So hold on. Let me just see something I do want to. Oh, Shauna, guess who I have? Come on in. I have a special guest here. Oh my gosh, Shauna, are you there? I know you're there. I'll say, put her in. Put her in. My producer's sound isn't working. So Shauna, pop her in because I have Shauna McDonald here, and we're going to be talking. Shauna, I think I saw you, and then I didn't see you. Are you there? Because I know you're there somewhere. Shauna, well, I'm not sure what's happening, but Shauna and I have an upcoming class, which is very, very exciting, for unusual crystals. And if you are into crystals, there she is.
There we are.
Hi, Shauna. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. I wasn't sure.
Yes, I was waiting, and then I haven't done this in a long time, I'll be honest. So I pushed the button when you were saying, hi, Shauna, and then it clicked me off.
Well, that's okay. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so glad you're back, because I'm really excited about this class, Unusual Crystals, right?
Yes, I'm so excited. Can't wait.
Oh my God. I mean, this is such an unusual time. And are we going to be discussing crystals that will help with this energy?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
I think, yeah, as you know, it's like the crystals just help raise our vibration, what you're talking about
They do.
earlier.
They do. They
Um,
do.
yeah, it's just a really good aid to turn to, I feel like,
Yeah.
nice little
Well, I was going to
something to
ask you
keep.
something. Do you feel that some of these crystals that are appearing now just for this time?
Yes, it does go in cycles for sure. Like right now, citrine and moonstone, rainbow moonstone are so, it seems to be the theme right now.
Now, tell me why that would be. What
Citrine,
is,
I think,
yeah.
because it's uplifting,
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure. For
we
sure.
all need that joy, that uplift, and
Yeah.
to have hope that, prosperity,
Right.
and not just money, obviously, it's just abundance in our life. And
Right.
then the rainbow moonstone is a great emotional balancer. So
Oh
Lord
my
knows
gosh. We
we
sure
all can
need
use it.
that, right? With these big swings that are left and right. It's
Huge.
constantly big. So if you guys are interested, we have some really interesting, unusual crystals that we're going to
Yes.
be sharing and talking about,
Yes.
which I
Yeah,
can't wait.
I know. Yeah. I was just looking at the list. So like kyanite, what a great clearing of the chakras, and such a good, I think it's a time where we need to speak up more, talk
Yeah.
with your friends, your family, get it out,
And
and
get it out. Yeah.
get it
Boy, is
out. And
that true.
kyanite's a great one for that. And
Wow.
Larimar is very
Oh,
soothing.
well, Larimar
I know.
is bringing your soulmate in too. I mean, it's
Ex-
all my favorites. But we're going to be
yes.
talking about, we've got some really interesting, some Lemurian seed crystals, and we've got
Yes.
morganite and things that people may not have ever heard of,
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
work with. Ooh,
Kunzite,
wow.
ammonite. Yeah.
Ooh. And so
I know.
if people that take the class, if they bring their own crystals into the class and ask you a question about it, you'd be able to answer the question. I mean, Shauna's
Yeah.
an expert in this. She
Yeah.
owns Crystal Shrine in Burbank, California, and that's where I did my book signing, and it was
Yeah.
wonderful. It was great, and you have so much wisdom and knowledge that you have. So it's
Um,
wonderful. If anybody wants to take the class, it's October 11th from Central Time, 11 a.m. to 1 or 1:30, and that's
mhm.
Central Time, so 9 to 11 in Pacific
Yes.
Time. So you can go to my website and sign up. And normally, Shauna has a box of crystals that everybody can buy for the class. But because this is so unusual, there's such unusual crystals, we're
Yeah.
not going to do that this time. This is because not
Yeah.
everybody will vibrate to every crystal.
Exactly. But they can call,
Okay.
they can call the shop, and I could like
Right.
FaceTime.
You're so good about that.
Yeah, even through Instagram if they want. And I'm happy to help. I did that a lot through the pandemic with people.
Wow, wow. Well, you've done
So
that with a lot of my people that I sent you to
yeah.
do. And you do that with me, which I love, because whenever I think, oh, I need a special gift for somebody, especially James, I'll go, ooh,
Yeah.
what do you think for James? And you'll go, oh,
Yeah.
I know this one. I've got this for him. And
Yeah.
it's terrific. So, well, thank you for being on. I really appreciate it, Shauna. And I'll look so forward to seeing you on October 11th. So anybody that
Yeah.
wants to sign up, go to my website, kelleewhite.com. And I'll see
Looking
you
forward
soon.
to it.
Me
I know.
too,
See you
honey.
soon.
Say
Can't
hi to
wait.
Charlene.
I will.
All right. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Oh, see you later. Oh, that was fun. I'm glad she got to go on. And before I forget to, I do have sessions available. We just opened up my October schedule. The month of October is now open. I also, on my website, have the Power of 10 available. And it's kelleewhite.com. And the Power of 10, I take 10 people together and I do 10 minutes per each person. And anybody who's been in any of my Power of 10 is very, the groups are so wonderful. They come together like magic. It's just fantastic. So that is on October 18th, and I'm going to try to do that once a month. And also tomorrow is my 5 o'clock somewhere with me on my app. I have a subscription, and that is also on my website. You can go check that out. But tomorrow I'm doing my Friday somewhere with me, and I will be having a cocktail. It's usually cocktail time for me by then. And by the way, this week will have been well earned. Well earned, actually. And sometimes that is how the week after I've had a really, big, large energy week, it's a really great time just to get together during this. It's like we call it a happy hour for the soul. It's just a place where the agenda is just the connection. So, and I actually have somebody as a surprise popping in for our thing tomorrow night. So, oh, let's not forget too, October is a busy month. October 14th, James and I are launching our show, You and the Universe. And that's going to be a Tuesdays. We switched from Mondays to Tuesdays. I'm so excited about that. And we're going to have conversations that heal, inspire, and awaken. So it's going to be somewhat mediumship and somewhat a lot psychology. So we're going to go through it all. So anyway, oh, and the last thing is the All Souls Retreat, which is coming up on November 7th to the 9th. There you go. So please join us. Go to my website and you can see that. So Linda Wampelmeyer, she says, thank you for my wisdom. And your birthday is tomorrow, 9/19. So that makes you a 5 of clubs. And a 5 of clubs is somebody that has very psychic. And particularly this particular time. And I would say that, again, if your birthday is right around this period, we're going to have some change here. So let me get you a card. Puts us on yet a new road. Oh dear, what is that road? Okay, ooh! Okay, this is very funny. Your card is a 555 change. Did I just say that? Yeah, a lot of change coming up. A lot of change. I think a lot of change for everybody. Michelle Kavanaugh. Hi, Michelle. She says, Kellee, this energy definitely has reached the physical state. And that's what happens, Michelle. And that's why, in order to raise the vibration, it's like you have to calm down in that state of detox. Like detox anything that has been bombarding you. Oh my gosh. Okay, because I think that's a big deal. Kim Ann says, for 3 weeks in a row, I found a hawk feather. How fabulous. Now, that's a great one. Oh, my God. Wendy Sonelli. Hi, Kellee. She says, I love your show so much. Thank you. She said, it really helps me. I had a dream one night this week about lions. Oh, it's weird that you would say that, Wendy, because I actually saw a picture of a lion before I got on tonight. And maybe that was for you. And then on another night, I had a dream about a gorilla. And all of them are kind and gentle. So the lion is getting you in touch with your power. Gorillas are a lot about family and love and family. Gorilla totem is fabulous. And so is lion. I mean, come on. Love the lion. So that's a great one. In fact, everybody, pay attention to your dreams. I say this all the time, but this is really, I think eclipses bring up so much stuff that our little psyches have to process it. So write down your dreams. Hopefully if you remember all of them or remember any of them, and I can make comments about them, I would love to. And I'll do another show on dreams because I think it's so important. Ooh, Maggie, a large owl flew over the hood of your car. Ooh, how exciting is that? That is the female psychic, totally. Michelle Felice says, may I have a card? I've been under tremendous stress with 2 elderly parents. Michelle, I understand that. I've heard this from a lot of people. And yes, you can have a card. I just want to see 11/29 is your birthday, which is in a double 11 there. And that's the big one. 11/29 is a 4 of hearts. 4 of hearts. God bless them. They always have family things that they have to do. It's all about the family. But anyway, let me get you a card, Michelle. 1144, leveling up. So I would say this leveling up means you will get past the stress piece of this. This will have, this will have a conclusion at some point. When it does, you will be leveled up. So think of this as you're growing from this. You're growing from this. It's a good thing. So Wendy, can you have a card? Yes, October 6th. October 6th is a 3 of diamonds. My very dear friend Lori, her birthday is also October 6th, 3 of diamonds. Challenging life placement. Challenging. It means that nothing would probably feel fair, and yet there's a karmic balance in the world. So you are here to take a very big spiritual life. And your card is 222, alignment. So again, we're seeing a lot of alignments for a good reason. I think that, again, this eclipse will bring this. Judy Loveland says, Kellee, first day I have been home to totally relax in 2 weeks. Woo, good for you, Judy. Good for you. Yeah, Rita felt fatigued too. Yep. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's a big energy, you know. And Margaret, when you asked me to talk about Jimmy Kimmel, I think there's going to be a lot of change going on. Just a lot of change. I think he represents a lot of change, and I think all of this brings a great deal of change here. I mean, just a great deal of change. So that's really what I want to say about this. Again, as we try to process what we can, we're just going to watch a lot of imbalances, a lot of change. It's really the best way to describe this energy. You know, ever shifting, constantly. You know, a lot of change here. So thank you, Leslie, for the birthday cards. Bailey says, can I have a card? Yes, and your birthday is 8/8, August 8th. August 8th. And August 8th is a 5 of diamonds. It's a double 5 of diamonds, actually. It means self-worth, but it also means angels. A lot of angels around that one. Ooh, 413, synergy. So try to find things that come together for you. I think that's what that is. Hi, Luann. You're so sweet. Thank you. Kim Ann says it does feel like a Day of the Dead. Yeah, kind of. Oh, you're talking about definitely for the eclipse, because we are with that. It is very similar energy, Kim. I thought the same thing. Mark Brevard says, when will this crazy time end? You know, Mark, it won't. Continue to do your music. It won't. So just continue to do your music. Laugh a lot at the absurdity of so much of this. Okay, I mean, really think with wisdom. Think as, okay, here we go. Here we are on this ride together. Let's look at this ride. Think of it like this, okay? And Bunny, take away the scary. I understand the fear around it. You have to look at things a little differently now. And yes, Julie Musterman, Rosh Hashanah begins on the 22nd. I mean, which is the Jewish New Year, which is, again, it's a good time to, make amends with people too, coming up with that. I know that's Yom Kippur, but it still kind of starts that thing. Eat something sweet on Rosh Hashanah. Always have like maybe a little apple with some honey, just to remind you, that we're souls on earth and we did want to be here at this time. And it is a challenging, very challenging time, but it's not, we've had challenging times on earth before, many, many, many challenges on earth. Okay. Let's see here. Any thoughts, Charlene says, on the fact that our moon will be mined for lunar helium? I haven't really thought about that. I don't think I know about that, Charlene, but sounds like I will learn about it. Wow. So, okay, Jen Shelley, you're having surgery tomorrow. Yeah, you're going to be fine. July 6th. So July 6th is a 9 of diamonds. So 9 of diamonds comes to complete something. So there you go. So you'll have you'll have a surgery and you'll complete it. And let's get you a card, Jen. Ooh, accountability, 69. So it's good that you're going in. It's good that you're going in then, Jen, for that. Yeah, you're fine. You are fine. Yes, Charlene says, apparently we chose to be warriors since we chose to be here at this time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Yes, we did choose to be warriors. We are warriors. Gotta, and we're wisdom warriors too. And Earth is a school of hard knocks. It's a school where people, you learn a lot. You learn compassion. You learn empathy. You learn kindness. And some people have to be taught that more and more. And so you kind of want to mirror that no matter what. You still want to be kind in the world. You still want to be kind no matter what. Okay, so please remember that. And Charlene, 717. Okay, seriously, here we go. Bravery. So right on, Charlene, you said, we chose to be here, warriors at this time? Yeah, bravery. I've never seen that card. There you go. Your guides are looking out for you. Okay. Patty Sotomore says, Kellee, my husband is in poor health. Do you think he could pass on the 21st? His birthday's 9/25. You know, it's a. I don't predict death, but I will say that is these eclipses are portals. You know, that's why a lot of people are exiting, and a lot of them are being born. And so that is it's almost a possibility there, Patty, because also the 24th is a very serious day. These are serious days. They're serious days. Christy V says, I had 4 birds hit my kitchen window this week. Oh, wow. Wow. Christy, I had some too. And whenever I'm in a session with somebody, every once in a while, literally a giant bird will hit the window and it shakes me and shakes the person, Oh, God, it's shaky when you see that, right? And Margaret, yeah, take stock of yourself. That's exactly right. Okay, so Cheryl Wharton says she's traveling tomorrow and Monday. So Cheryl, again, hack your patience. Read a book. Try to de-stress on the travel. And a lot of people I know are traveling on the eclipse. Okay, if you need to, you need to. I mean, life goes on, certainly. So you need to do certain things. Just be mindful. I mean, that's what this energy is asking us to do. Is it safe to travel on the 24th, Amber? Well, again, whatever the intention is, if you need to travel, then you'll be safe if you need to travel, okay? And if you don't need to travel, probably don't. There you go. That's a good way to answer that. Ann Margaret says, always watching Seinfeld. Yeah, no more soup for you. It's so true, because that will raise your vibration. I totally get that. And Amber, you've been watching Leave It to Beaver, right? And that's because we cannot tolerate anymore. We don't have the bandwidth. Our pain body doesn't know the difference between what's out there in the world and what's happened to us. Doesn't know the difference. And so, yeah, it's for peace. It's better if you can watch, the Golden Girls or whatever your show happens to be. Melissa says, can menopause be part of this? Because I'm getting hot flashes, losing hair, and I'm always tired and sleeping. Yeah. Absolutely, of course. Of course it can. Oh, absolutely, Melissa. Let's see. Kim says, did you see on Saturday that Chris Martin, the lead singer of Coldplay in London, asked people to take 2 minutes to simultaneously send out love? I love that. He did a 1, 2, 3, go. Think of the vibration that would send out. I love that. I think that's really important that, you did that. Karen says, thank you for the reminder about national trauma and grief. Well, Karen, it's the truth. Thanks for saying that. It's really the truth. We are in a situation. Again, we will pull through all of this. Hi, Katie Figueroa. How are you, honey? I was just thinking about our Vicky I think about her every day, actually, every day. And I'm sure you've gone through a lot, Katie. I'm sure you have, sweetheart. And just know that she loves you, and I know that she's helping you along with Mike. Okay. Marge said, I just read that knitting can help you meditate and raise your vibrations. I love that. She says, looks like everybody's going to get sweaters this year for Christmas. Oh my God, that's so funny. So my daughter knits, she quilts, she does all of that. I think that's really important. I think that's really, really fun. Yeah, spend time with your kittens and your puppies. I think all of that's really important. And Margaret says, but you have to be in the feeling state with the thought intention. Yes. It's easier said than done, and that's why I was saying first, you do a clearing on yourself, basically. Tune everything out for 24 hours if you can, and then you start to come alive again. You start to feel your own energy, and then you can feel your own vibrations, and then you go out in nature and you really start to raise your vibration. But you have the intention is everything, and you've got to catch yourself if you are in a negative spiral, because this energy, it used to be you could get hit with a story or hit with something, and then you'd be like, whoa, okay, then you'd pick yourself up. Now it's not that easy anymore. Really. So it's not like 20 years ago. If I was talking about raising vibrations, I'd be like, whoa, you raise your vibrations. It's not that way anymore. It's not. I have to take it really seriously because it's not. Things are different. And so got to be mindful, just have awareness. I mean, the only thing the guides want you to do is have awareness. Have awareness. Look at your consciousness. Where is your consciousness right now? That is important. And so Wendy Sarnelli says, how can I raise my vibration when I'm grieving the loss of my 24-year-old daughter? Honey, Wendy, that would be a hard one because you're in grief. You're in grief. So how would you raise your vibration? Let's get a card from your daughter. You're talking to heaven. Let's get a card. I've got chills. She's definitely around you. Definitely. Here we go. So how would you raise your vibration? Oh, honey, sit in nature. Now you're in grief. You're in grief. Just take really good care of yourself, okay? Because grief is its own entity, its own everything. Okay, honey, just take good care of yourself. I know it's what your daughter wants you to do. Let me get a card here. Hold on, this one comes out. Let's get this one. She's got a good little sense of humor. I am just a thought away. It's a little girl. This card just popped out, literally. I am just a thought away. So just know that, okay? Yeah, Lori, watch holding your breath, okay? I mean, it's easy to hold your breath and we don't even realize it. Oh, Trader Joe's is a great place to get excellent chocolate and cheese. Couldn't agree more. I love that. Oh, Karen says, I hear a cow in my neighborhood and it always makes me laugh. Okay, I love cows. We have cows everywhere. I'm on a farm in Wisconsin. And there's cows everywhere. We have cows on our land and we have a bull. And this guy is like, he thinks he's like all that. But this bull, we found out, is actually kind of sweet. It's so funny. Every year we have a different bull. But this year, he's really sweet. And it turns out that our bull, we just found this out the other day, before the dogs got skunked, that our bull was hand-fed by a woman that owned him from when he was a baby. And she would hand feed him and give him little treats. So he's used to taking treats. And he's very kind, this bull. I've never seen a bull like this one. Now that bull gives me hope. Every time I see him, my heart just stops. He's just the sweetest thing. Okay, Patty Campbell, surgery on 9/24. I'm certain all will go well. Yes, let's get you a card. Patty, remember the intention is there. And because it's such a powerful day, Patty, your surgery probably needed that power for it. It's a powerhouse day. So let's get you a card, honey. Here we go. Ooh, perseverance. I'm having trouble speaking today. Perseverance, 202. So perseverance. Persevere, Patty, and it's going to be just fine. Okay. Barbara says, I pray a lot. I know. I do that too. Yes. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Buddhist mantra. That's a good one. Charlene says, check out Janelle Campbell's Facebook page with I'm not sure how to say that, ancient animal. Oh, I think I did see that. It's a special animal that was on her page. I did see that. Now, I am going to be teaching a class with Janelle Campbell in December for angels, and we did it last year, and it was just marvelous. I love teaching with her. She channels the angels, and it's just a beautiful thing. But that's not going to go up on my website for a while. Oh, and I have another Roots of Healing on November 15th. It's just not on my site yet, but it will be by next week. So Roots of Healing, November 15th. It's a 4-hour class with Dr. Shirley Pellizzari and Carrie Gonia, who's going to do family constellation for us, and me. And we're going to be talking about all things to release trauma. Really, it's all about releasing trauma. Okay, so let's see. A message for you, Angel Light, January 19th. January 19th is an 8 of diamonds. Very powerful, very powerful. Big smile, and it comes in to be a healer. Often they come in to be healers. So Paulette says, I would love to have a card. Okay, Paulette Richard, let me give you a card. 55. Get ready to make a shift. It's shifting time. Boy, I'm telling you, we're going to see a lot of that. Linda Alquist, and your birthday is 9/26, and that's a Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts is about sacrifice. And so, Linda, let's get you a card because if your birthday is in this time period, stability. Ooh, that's a good thing. 44, that brings you stability. That is a great one. Okay, Gail McDade. Hey, Gail. She says, Kellee, I've been raising my vibrations by complimenting strangers and appreciating the work that others have done. There's nothing better than that. That is a great way. Yes, Bailey, you saw 444. That is a lucky thing. That means the angels. That means angels. And I think you were a double 5 of diamonds, which is a lot in the angel realm. Hi, Dawn. I was just thinking about you today, Dawn. I swear to God, I was thinking about you. Here we go. I'm going to get a card for you, Dawn. Ooh, 2134. Achievement. Achievement. So what are you achieving here? And also, let's get a card from your beloved. Whoops. This one just fell out. No, that was the one I just did. Hold on a minute. Believe in yourself. You can do it. Believe in yourself. You can do it, Dawn. That I have no doubt. Laura Crum says, thank you, Kellee. He's going through a divorce, your son, an unwanted divorce. There's a lot of that going on right now. A lot of people with a lot of this eclipse, a lot of divorce, and a lot of marriages that are people, I'm going to say a lot in their older, late 40s, 50s, 60s, getting married. So it's just a different time. It's such an interesting time. Lisa says her birthday is May 1st, which is a 5 of spades. 5 of spades is the healer, honey. It's the healer. I know. Josie Jackson, I know. There's a lot of change going on right now. I understand that. There's just a tremendous amount of sadness and grief over a lot of things. Okay? But you guys still have to hang in there. We got to hang in there. Okay, because things will change. They're going to change. Things will get better. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow after this eclipse. But things will get around to changing. Okay, you got to remember to hold that. So Therapy Gal Sue says my granddaughter and daughter share a 9:30 birthday. Wow, absolutely. Let me get you a card. 9:30. 9:30 is a 7 of hearts. 7 of hearts is about family. It's about family and spiritualness. And let's get you a card here. Here we go. 444. Protection. Angels. You're totally protected there. I love that. Gail McDade says, tomorrow is the 7th anniversary of my mother's death. May I have a card? Yes, her birthday is 10/9 and yours is 12/4. You are an ace of diamonds. So let's get a card from your mother here. Yep, I'm stacking them the wrong way. Here we go. Ooh, I feel healthy and happy. That's what I hear about from the other side. And everybody, the more we work on what we need to work on here, it frees and helps them on the other side because they're working on what they need to work on. And then if we bring in the ancestor concept with all of them, and if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here. We just wouldn't be. And again, Earth is a school where we learn the hard way. For whatever reason, I know there are easier schools, of which next time I'm going to attend. But I think I'm done here. But anyway, this is a school of, perpetual chaos. And it's ramping up. And as it ramps up anyway, just give yourself a break. Really take a break. Sit down. Have some consciousness about what you need. What are your needs? Do you need to sit and have a cup of tea? Do you need a glass of wine? What is it? What is it that you need? But this is just a really very crazy time. Anyway, Spirit 555 says, I have an important open house on your birthday. Oh, good. Oh, yes. It will be a good day. It will be a good day. And Margaret, what stone is the emotional balancer? I think she said rainbow. No, I don't remember. Take our class on October 11th. I think that would be a great thing. Will you send the class link the day before? Yes, we will send the class link the day before, Carolynese. And we also record it. So if, let's say you can't be there live, if you pay for the class and sign up for the class, we will send you the class so you'll have it. But yeah, the class link goes out the day before, and I think it gets sent like 3 or 4 or 5 times. So you cannot miss it. It'll be in your inbox, in your thing. So don't worry about that. You will have that. So what else can I say? Well, everybody, I look forward to seeing you next week. And lots to talk about because God knows where the world's going to spin this week. Just hope my dogs don't get skunked. So anyway, have a great week. Set your positive intentions, all right? And stay in if you can during the eclipse. And if you can't, just have good mantras on you. Good mantras, good affirmations. All right, take care, my friends. See you next week.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.